Good evening, cult members. Welcome to the Pop Culture Cult. I'm Sean.
I'm Janice.
And this is our review of Doctor Who, The Ghost Monument.
Yep.
This is episode 2 of the new season, season 11, with Jodie Whittaker as the new Doctor.
Yep.
Or, as we called this episode, The Search for the TARDIS.
Yes. Yes, it was.
It was very much the trying...
Spoilers?
It's not really a spoiler. I mean, you knew that was going to happen at some point in time, right?
Well, yeah. And preferably sooner than later, because it was a little difficult to explain a few things in this episode. So
yeah, we'll get into that in a second. Overall, I think on this episode, we talked about it. We ate it. We were watching it while we were eating dinner and stuff like that. And during one of the commercials, we're going to get some more pizza, and because it's Sunday and pizza. I was struggling with the episode.
Okay, it's fair.
It felt like a filler episode for a lot of it until we got to the last maybe 15, 20 minutes.
Okay.
And then I was on board.
So I think this episode fulfilled two things, not really requirements, but two things. It was a team building exercise.
Yes.
And then we got the TARDIS back.
The introduction of the TARDIS, yes. Right. I actually put in my notes, this is the episode where everybody kind of started coming together.
Right.
And it was the companions at the end who helped the Doctor out. I'm totally belching in your ear, I'm sorry. But it was the companions who were like helping the Doctor, like, we're gonna figure this out. It's okay. We're gonna get it done.
Yeah, she lost her resolve there for a while. Like, she was like, I've thought all my thoughts. I've got nothing left. And they were like, nope, we got this. We'll figure it out. We'll stay on this planet forever.
Yeah. We know the terrors of the fire swamp. We can totally get this figured out. I totally thought that multiple times. And I also liked that Graham was the one who was like, kept going to Ryan or going to the Doctor and saying, no, this is cool.
Yeah.
Like, it's compared to the last episode where he was like
I want to go home.
I want to go home and sit on the couch and not be part of this and whatever. And this one was the one where he was the leader of the group, kind of saying, no, let's figure it out. Let's do this and whatever. And Yaz was not really a big part of this one.
She wasn't.
But it was more Graham and the Doctor and then the two.
The only part that Yaz was really out in front was when the Doctor said, come on, Yaz, we're going. They went into one of the rooms in the tunnel, and she purposely took Yaz with her.
Yeah.
And I don't. It seemed very purposeful, and so I'm not sure.
This episode started off with the boys on a ship with a female captain, and then the girls were together on a ship with a male captain. Yeah, and that's kind of picked straight up after the last episode, so that was kind of cool that happened. Yeah. But I was struggling with the episode. It was, and this is going to be a really weird criticism from me, is it felt too much like Firefly / Serenity, that first.
Yeah, and I think
first half or whatever.
It probably had to do with the setting, and
maybe that's what it was. Yeah.
Yeah, but it was a bit of a filler episode, but a necessary one, because again, they've got to do the team building thing. They've all got to figure out their place and who, introduce who they are to the audience and kind of get that cohesiveness going between them.
A couple of things that I did like in this episode was, actually even pointed it out, is I like the way the Doctor is using the sonic screwdriver. It's really kind of stupid, but she's doing a thing where she's scanning it, like doing like this kind of motion, holding it sideways and scanning and then looking at it like it's got a screen on it. And we all know there's not a screen on it, so I don't know what she's actually really looking at. And so there was that. And then whenever she goes to open the door, it's like a fencing. Like, she's got her hand up, and it's like...
She's very magician's wand with it.
That's very much what it is.
Which is interesting because, like, Peter Capaldi, when he had the sonic sunglasses, he really didn't use them much. Like there was times when it was like, you have Sonic sunglasses on. Why don't you scan that thing or whatever?
Yeah,
And,
the more of the joke with that was whenever he had somebody else wear them.
yeah.
And he would talk about, don't look at my browser history,
Right.
or they would say, what were you looking at? And he was
Yeah.
like, just don't look at that,
Yeah.
that kind of thing. That was more of the joke there. So we got the companions working friends. It's going to be a transition. We're still going to call them companions. The friends working together, them helping build up the doctor. There was some stuff that was added in as we went along this episode that I feel like it was going to come back later on in the series.
Yep.
They talked about the race that Tim Shaw was.
Yes.
And I can't remember. I didn't write it down. So the race that Tim Shaw has gone after the female captain. They were in a race, and this was the final stage, and she was trying to get to the point so she could take care of her family. And Tim Shaw's race had decimated her home planet.
Yeah, I get the feeling that his race is going to kind of be the Daleks of this.
Yeah.
Or maybe even the Cybermen, where they're going to go to a lot of places or meet people that his race has destroyed or
enslaved or whatever. Yeah, I get that. But we really this episode was, like we said, the search for the TARDIS. It was called the Ghost Monument because it showed up every 1,000 years, and it was the TARDIS. So I want to actually talk about the TARDIS itself because that's really what this whole episode was about. How do you feel about the way it looks?
I don't know that I'm a fan of the way it looks. I really like the kind of old school, more the David Tennant and Matt Smith kind of had it that way. It looked more like it did in the first generations of the Doctor.
And it was like, a whisk and, like a blender and like different buttons, and this one's ketchup and this one's mustard, and you had that kind of thing.
This one's a little more Peter Capaldi, kind of not necessarily looking like the bridge of a ship.
Right.
It looks more organic.
Yeah.
I don't know how I feel.
As soon as so I want to talk about the shot of the Doctor walking into the TARDIS for the first time. They've never shown the actually tracking shot of the Doctor coming in.
Yeah.
So I thought that was a really cool shot.
Yep.
And Jodie's reaction to everything as she's walking through is really kind of cool. The first thing I thought of when I saw the crystals was it's Krypton.
Yeah.
Or it's Superman's hideaway in the Antarctic. It had that feel to it.
Yeah, organic, and there's
Lots of crystals and different things, and and a bunch of round things, modernized round things, with spokes and stuff like that.
Round things. I like the round things.
I like the round things. I do not currently like the crystal pillars.
Yeah.
I think that might be something that was a choice that I understand, but I'm not gonna like. My current background on my computer is Capaldi's TARDIS on the inside.
Yeah.
And I liked that modern spaceship kind of feel to it, right? I felt it. This feels like it's inside of a cave.
Yeah.
And that's not the TARDIS to me. The TARDIS is not an organic thing. It's a mechanical thing that happens to live. And so I want mechanicalness to it. However, there's a biscuit maker on the...
Right. Well, it's a biscuit dispenser.
It's a Pez dispenser for biscuits.
And wasn't that in a... What was it? Macaroon dispenser. Remember?
Oh, yeah, it was.
Rory and Amy, like, oh, there's a macaroon dispenser. And we were all like, I want a macaroon dispenser.
We just watched the episode, so we haven't rewatched it yet. Was it macaroon that she actually picked up?
I think it was a biscuit.
A biscuit?
Yeah.
Okay, all right. Because as soon as it popped out, I'm like, it's a biscuit maker.
Yeah.
But I totally think it's a macaroon maker.
Yeah, because macaroons are round and they're coconutty, right? And that was more like one of those little sugar cookie square things.
Yeah. Overall, this episode, again, like I said, felt a little Firefly, Serenity-ish. But as we got in towards the end, the companions kind of figuring out their place with the Doctor. I really like that Graham calls her Doc.
Yeah.
And not the Doctor.
Yeah.
Yaz calls her the Doctor. Ryan hasn't really
Right.
figured out how to say, like, how to call her or whatever.
Yeah.
But I liked that I liked their okayedness with they're on a foreign planet. It's very much the
Right.
the
They
Rose.
just completely accepted, hey, we're here.
Yeah, that guy's a tree. He's an alien. Yes. Oh, okay. You know, like there was that stuff that Rose did that was very much the I'm okay with my surroundings that the three of them did. Now, I think at some point in time down the line, Ryan's gonna freak out, and something's gonna happen in a moment, and he's gonna freak out.
He's gonna be the I want to go home
Yeah.
person, which is kind of interesting because I thought it was gonna be Graham.
But they kind of set that up this week with him trying to deal with the ladders.
Yeah.
And they even made a point of having him. They were in a rush to climb a ladder, and he was hesitant to do it. And the Doctor kind of coaxed him along and kind of told him, think about positive things and whatever, and that kind of thing kind of helped. But
so, and he at some point and Graham are gonna have the, the moment where he's gonna call him Gramps, right?
Right.
Because,
right.
I mean, it's kind of been an ongoing. Are you ever gonna? It's still Graham, huh? Are you ever gonna call me? And so
you want to talk about what happened in Anna and stuff like that.
Yeah.
So that's going to be an ongoing thing.
Yeah.
But overall, I think just an okay episode. Not great beginning, really awesome end with the TARDIS.
Yeah.
Even if I don't like the TARDIS right now, I'm thinking it's going to grow on me and whatever. But.
Again, it was a team building. It's a necessary. It was okay.
Yeah.
It wasn't horrible. I mean, I can think of some other episodes that have been worse.
Last season we had the emoji robots was the team building with Bill and the Doctor,
and that one was horrible.
And that one, I whenever it pops back up, we just skip it. It's we all have that one episode we don't talk about. That's the one for me that we don't talk about. But that one kind of has the same identity as this one, as the interaction. They're trying to build up the interaction and stuff like that, and to be able to move forward.
But I think this one was much better than the emoji.
Yeah, absolutely. And next week we get Rosa Parks.
Right.
So I'm super excited they're doing that.
Right.
So I'm interested to see
where we're gonna.
Yeah, we gotta figure out how we're gonna watch that because we'll be in York on next Sunday, and so if you know of somebody in York who's doing a viewing party, let us know. Tag it in the comments and stuff like that and stuff. But I'm interested to see the British angle of that American. Moment. So that's our thoughts on this episode of Doctor Who, The Ghost Monument. Let us know what you thought in the comments. Let us know if you know somebody who's doing a viewing party in York next weekend. We'll be more than happy to tag along and watch it along there. If not, we'll figure out, we'll go to a pub and watch it on our computer or something like that. And do a review. We will be gone for the next 2 weeks. We're doing a UK trip, so there'll be no regular shows, but we'll try to do the Doctor Who review at least. And then if anything big comes up, maybe something, I don't know, we'll see. But while you're here, please subscribe to the channel. We reached 400 subscribers today.
Yay!
And so we're always looking for more subscribers, so please subscribe to the channel, share with your friends, and get a hold of us on our social media network. We're on Facebook at PopCultureCult. We're PopCultureCult1 on Instagram and Pop_Cult1 on Twitter. We're also on the Stardust app where you can watch everything, download it for free, watch everything you're watching, and react to it. Just follow us first.
Yep.
And hopefully we'll see you in the next couple weeks. Until next time, do we?